My people, we back in the building. We back in the building. This live is gonna kick off once again when Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. start to take the stage. Yeah. Salute, salute, my peoples. We back in the building, y'all. The live kicks off when the two dudes that we've been talking about take the stage. So get ready, my peoples. Get ready for this smoke. Salute to everybody who tuned in to the last live, and salute to everybody who's gonna be tuning into this one. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, well, gentlemen and gentlemen, we're about to get the fight that we've been debating about. Sai, you gotta stream JSmiff. You damn Skippy, my brother. Now you're gonna be able to get the stream too. I already got it figured out. That shit, they zap everybody on a world scale, bro. So you'll be able to get that stream back too. They zapped all of us. Last week, motherfuckers cooked my fire stick. My fire stick got cooked. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Norman Jr. backstage, getting ready for that smoke. I mean, look, it's really not the DR internet because I got Starlink. So it's that Starlink internet. My people, the co-main event about to kick off, y'all. Here we go. All the predictions, everything people been saying about who's gonna win the fight. That's it. No more predictions, y'all. Oh, we about to get this. Here we go, my people. The fighters are being called into the ring. This live is about to get live. Get ready. You see Devin Haney, the dream, bouncing on his toes. Getting ready to take the stage, y'all. There you go, my peoples. The dream. Walking through the smoke. About to take the stage. About to walk out of there with this W like I told y'all. Let's go, my peoples. Are you ready for this action? Underrated Will, about to be a shootout. Here we go, y'all. They calling the champion up. The assassin. Norman Jr. taking the stage, y'all. Here we go. Again, my peoples, I got a lot of respect for the assassin. I know that he's a special talent. You know, I picked Devin to win this fight, but man, Brian Norman Jr., we know what he's able to do. So I know what he brings to the table. That's all I got to say. Here we go, my peoples. You see Brian Norman Jr. walking to that stage. John Parham, song selection by Brian Norman Jr. Honestly, I couldn't tell the song selection because I got the volume real low because, you know, I don't want the zone to give me that third strike and have the whole channel blocked out of it. So, here we go, my peoples, both fighters. Already hit the stage. They being announced. Let's get this. Here we go, my peoples. All the talking, the trash talking, the predictions, the speculations, all of that, that's it. It's about to be done. Now the fighters are going to let us know what's good, y'all. Need to understand that. It's about to be the fighters. Whoa. And just to think that this isn't the main event. As a matter of fact, my peoples, if you think about it, these 4 fights are 4 main events individually. These are 4 main events individually, right here. Side facts. Come on now. We're really getting a special night of boxing. Where's the people that say, oh no, boxing is going down and it's not? Look what we getting tonight. Side, we getting a great night of boxing. Devin Haney, 32-0, 15 knockouts. Rehydrated, looking very strong, looking focused. Okay. He ready. The challenger making his debut in the welterweight division versus the big dog. Underrated Will Ferrell. Here we go, my peoples. They're announcing the assassin. Here we go, Brian Norman Jr. 28 wins, 22 knockouts. We know what he's done the last few fights. Ended his opponents in brutal fashion. People feel like he's going to do the same thing to Devin Haney. JSmiff, a.k.a. J Stradamus, is telling you that Devin Haney is going to win this fight. He's going to outbox Brian Norman Jr. Let's get this smoke. Wes Dussett, where you at, Wes Dussett? Been looking for you. Here we go, my peoples. The fighters are in the middle of the ring, getting the last instructions from the ref. It's about to go down. It's really about to go down. Ladies and gentlemen. My peoples, here we go. Round number 1 kicks off right away. They in the middle of the ring. You see Brian Norman Jr. putting that jab out there. Devin Haney moving right in front of him, putting them hands up. You see Brian Norman Jr. going forward. Both fighters are cautious. Brian Norman Jr. attempted a big right hand. Devin Haney was able to go under it. They're in the clinch. Here we go, my peoples. Ooh, Brian Norman Jr. feints, missing with a left hook. Some bad intentions behind that one, ladies and gentlemen. Bad intention. Brian Norman Jr. already put something out there like, let me touch you. Let me see what you're working with, Devin. Brian Norman Jr. with the jab. In the middle of the ring, my peoples. You see Devin real calm, and he's standing in front of him. You don't see Devin running, right? To me, it looks like he's trying to set him up for a nice counterpunch. Brian Norman Jr., 2 jabs in the air, misses. Devin with the lateral movement. Brian Norman Jr. with the leaping left hook. Devin Haney was able to keep that glove up there. Remember, people been saying that that's his flaw, that he's going to get caught with the left hook. That was the first big left hook from Brian Norman Jr. Devin successfully blocked it. Here we go. They sizing each other up, my people. There hasn't been a lot of action. It hasn't been high-paced. Neither fighter has done anything to take over. Devin Haney missed with a big left hook. He was trying to time him going in. Did you see that? Brian Norman Jr. jab, and Devin tried to catch him with a little check left hook, but he missed. You see the lateral movement. Ooh, Brian Norman Jr. right and left. He misses. Ooh, they traded right hand to the melon while they was clenching. Here we go, my peoples. They in the middle of the ring. Jab from Devin Haney. That was the first stiff one to the mouthpiece of Brian Norman Jr. You see Norman Jr. feigning. Devin Haney also doing his own feints. They right in front of each other, my people. Double jab from Brian Norman Jr. Devin Haney with the quick step back. They ain't back in the middle of the ring, my peoples. Jab from Devin Haney. Brian Norman Jr. catching with a stiff jab to the mouthpiece. A right from Brian Norman Jr. A right from Devin. A right from Brian Norman Jr. where they was clenching. On lace, salute, my brother. You see the action? You see what's going on out here? Devin Haney standing right in front of Brian Norman Jr. with a right and a left and a right to Devin Haney's melon. Devin Haney with a right as they clinching. Right to the body from both fighters in the middle of that clinch. And the round is over. Whoa, my peoples. It's not going to be the type of fight that you thought it was, where Devin is just going to be running around and he's just going to be getting walked down. As you can see, he's trying to time Norman Jr. coming in. And Norman Jr. did a very good job retaliating to Devin's jab. He counterpunched it a few times. Come on now, jump pound. Crazy clinching already. That was a close round. Honestly, it's hard to score that round. I'm not sure who won it, to be honest. Los Angeles, I don't know, JSmiff. Side, Norman putting that pressure on. Jump pound, Norman, 1-zip. Honestly, I don't know who I would score that round for. Maybe Norman was a little bit more active, so maybe it does go to Norman. Norman Jr. Here we go, my peoples. Round number 2. They in the middle of the ring. You see Devin Haney using that lateral movement. Brian Norman Jr. cutting off the ring. Jab from Brian Norman Jr. Double jab from Brian Norman Jr. on left hook. Devin Haney was able to evade those successfully. They in the middle of the ring, my peoples. And Brian Norman Jr. hard leaping left hook. Devin Haney was able to quick step back and make a miss. But, you know, there was some bad intentions behind that left hook. Brian Norman Jr. attempted another left hook followed up by a right hand. Devin Haney was able to shoulder roll back away from that jab from Devin Haney. They in the middle of the ring, my peoples. You can see, like I told you, very competitive fight. Jab from Brian Norman Jr. They're in a clinch, trading leather. Referee separates them. Back in action, my peoples. They in the middle of the ring. Brian Norman Jr. going forward. Devin Haney right in front of him, waiting for him to do something so he could react. Brian Norman Jr. goes forward. Devin Haney blocks those punches. They go back into a clinch. Here we go, my peoples. Brian Norman Jr. going forward. Ooh, Devin Haney retaliates with a right hand but misses. They go into a clinch. So you see, you guys, some of you will blame Devin Haney, but many of those clinches are being initiated by Brian Norman Jr. They're actually being initiated by him when he closed the gap and put his arm around Devin. Devin Haney with the left hook to Brian Norman Jr.'s melon. Ooh, Devin Haney with a left and a right dropped him and looked at him right in the face, my peoples. Devin Haney with a devastating blow. Brian Norman Jr. looks confused. He looks bewildered. A whole minute to go into round number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Devin Haney with a right hand. Another right hand from Devin Haney. A right hand and a left hook. Brian Norman Jr. is clinching him. A left and a right from Devin Haney. Right hook from Devin Haney to the melon. Devin Haney with a right. Brian Norman Jr. is clinching. The referee separates them. The referee's warning Devin Haney. My peoples, what is going on? You see Devin Haney, left hook to the melon of Brian Norman Jr. All right and a left. All right and a left from Devin Haney. Brian Norman Jr. is just blocking. Left hook from Brian Norman Jr. Another right to the melon from Devin Haney. What? You see Devin Haney going forward now. Jab to the face from Devin Haney. Another jab to the melon. Another jab to the face piece from Devin Haney. Another jab, a straight right hand from Devin. Another jab. Brian Norman Jr. is bleeding from his nose, ladies and gentlemen. He's hurt. 15 seconds to go. It looks like he's going to survive the round. Devin Haney with a right to the body. Brian Norman Jr. standing right in front of him. Jab to the face from Devin Haney. Devin Haney with a jab. They go into a clinch. Ladies and gentlemen, what a round for Devin Haney. Drop Brian Norman Jr. with a devastating shot. Brian Norman Jr. is bleeding. His face right now, look, my peoples, he's bleeding from the nose, leaking. He looks confused right now. Devin Haney caught him with a left hook and a right hand right to the mouthpiece and stared him down. What a shot from Devin Haney, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, that was a devastating blow. Right to the kisser. Whoa. Nobody was expecting this. Boom. The left hook to the melon and the straight right hand to the kisser. What a shot from Haney. Gave him the dream. Whoa. Everybody's confused. Look at Conor Benn. Look at Eddie Hearn smiling. Whoa. What are we talking about, ladies and gentlemen? What are we talking about? Ooh, there's a lot of people that's going to have to see my face. Senior Cobbs is probably thinking about me right now. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. They're about to kick off round number 3. There you have it. They're in the middle of the ring. After being knocked down like that, I promise you, Brian Norman Jr., he's a tough guy. He's not back yet. He's still hurt. He's going to feint. You see him feinting and trying to, okay, a right and a left from Brian Norman Jr., he missed. Trust me, he's still not back 100%. Here we go. They're in the middle of the ring. Corey B. Oh, no, it's definitely not over yet. It's definitely not over. Brian Norman Jr. is somebody who can fight. 1-2 from Brian Norman Jr. Left to the body. They go into a clinch. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Norman Jr. in the middle of the ring. Going forward. Jab from Brian Norman Jr. Jab to the body from Brian Norman Jr. Jab to the face from Devin Haney. Double left hook from Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr. with a right to the melon. Side, damn, you're going to start the conspiracies quick. You're going to see Brian Norman Jr. The people who said Brian Norman Jr. was going to win this fight, there you have it right there. You got it for him. Oh, Devin Haney with a counter right hand that landed flush to the kisser of Brian Norman Jr. You see Norman Jr. going forward. Round number 3, a minute and a half to go. Devin Haney standing right in front of him, just timing him, just waiting him to get him to commit. Boom, jab to the face from Devin Haney. Jab from Brian Norman Jr. to the body. Ooh, left from, ooh, they trading punches. while they clinching, my peoples. Be scout, not snack. Sorry, coffee. I'm telling you, the conspiracies are going to kick off after tonight. Ooh, Devin Haney with a left hook, but Brian Norman Jr. caught him with the one deuce. We know about the conspiracies. People love them. But at the end of the day, I told you. Brian Norman Jr. going forward. Devin Haney using the lateral movement. Able to slip a right hand. You see the movement from Devin Haney. You see Brian Norman Jr. going forward. Jab to the face. Another jab to the nose piece from Devin Haney. That nose is going to keep leaking throughout the fight. Devin Haney going forward now. Double jab from Brian Norman Jr. That was a stiff one to the body of Devin. Another jab from Brian Norman Jr. to the mouthpiece of Devin Haney. But you see Devin going forward and Brian Norman Jr. the one backing away. Did you expect to see that? Jab from Brian Norman Jr. to the body. They in the middle of the ring. Brian Norman Jr. with another jab. Devin Haney with the quick step back. Brian Norman Jr. missing with a 1, 2, 3. Those punches was all in the air. Jab from Brian Norman Jr. to the face piece of Devin Haney. But Devin right now is looking like the Matrix. Like he just waiting to set him up. Like he just waiting to put hands on him. There's a lot of people that's going to have to see me. Remember, my people, that if you said Brian Norman Jr. was going to knock Devin Haney out, you are my special guest of honor to tomorrow's episode of Boxing for Breakfast. You better not miss it. You better not miss it. Hi, everyone. How's everyone? Salute, family. Bam. JSmiff. It's them shots you don't see that hurt you. That's a fact. That's what people don't understand about boxing. They think it's all about, oh, the hardest puncher. When you get hit with something you don't see coming, that's different. That is different. Side, a lot of people gonna gas tomorrow, gonna ghost tomorrow, JSmiff. Ooh, I haven't seen... Yo, West does it. Yo, West does it. My G, you don't need to be ghost watching, bro. Don't be ghost watching. Come on now. Y'all know tomorrow's episode of Boxing for Breakfast is going to be a cookout. Here we go, my peoples. They're back in action. Round number 4. Brian Norman Jr. starts off with a jab. Another jab from Brian Norman Jr. Devin Haney with the lateral movement. Brian Norman Jr., he's throwing a lot of punches to the air. Maybe he's working on the distance. Jab to the body, misses. Brian Norman Jr. with a right hook to the body, but they go into a clinch. My peoples, I tried to tell you Devin Haney was going to win this fight. You didn't want to listen. You didn't want to listen? Now you're going to have to. They in the middle of the ring. Double jab misses from Brian Norman Jr. The defense from Devin Haney. Ooh, jab to the mouthpiece from Devin Haney. The defense is on point, my peoples. Listen, y'all need to share this live. Do me this favor. Everybody share this live because I need to cook some people that need to be cooked tonight. They trading jabs in the middle of the ring. All right, and a left from Brian Norman Jr. They go into a clinch. My peoples, share this live. I don't care if you share it on Facebook, on Instagram. I don't care. Share it. Let's share this moment together with the people that need to know. Brian Norman Jr. misses with a leap of left hook. Devin Haney with a right and a left to the body. They clinching. Brian Norman Jr. catching with a left to the dome piece. Come on, my peoples. Side JSmiff, one more subscriber. He recovered well. Good recovery from Brian Norman Jr. He's an elite level fighter, bro. He's a special talent. Jab to the body from Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr. missing with a left. Devin Haney catching with a right to the face piece. A left to the body from Devin Haney while they clinching. Come on, my peoples. They back to the middle of the ring. Brian Norman Jr. attempts that big leaping left hook. Remember what I told you guys this morning and yesterday. Norman Jr. falls behind on the card, and he starts relying on trying to land one big punch. It's a wrap for him. He's not landing that one big punch. So, ooh, jab to the mouthpiece from Devin Haney. That was a stiff one and a tasty one. Another tasty jab from Devin Haney. Right in the kisser. They back to the middle of the ring. Ooh, another tasty jab. Devin Haney just got Brian Norman Jr. mouth and nose leaking. Another stiff-ass jab from Devin Haney to the mouthpiece. What is he trying to do? My peoples, nobody expected this fight to play out the way that it's playing. But I did. I did. Side. Devin's jab, crazy work. Brian Norman Jr. missing with a jab. Come on, my peoples. Y'all thought Devin Haney's Jin Sasaki? That's what you thought Devin is Jin Sasaki. No. That's the dream that you're looking at. Come on now. Look, Devin Haney walking him down now. Brian Norman Jr. backing away. Jab from Brian Norman Jr. as he backs away and Devin Haney walks him down. The stiffest jab he ever seen in his life. That's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. The round is over. Devin Haney wins another round. Come on, my peoples. Yo, I need to holler at Senior Cobbs, though, man. I know he got to be thinking about me. Senior Cobbs? Yeah, you're going to see me. You're going to see me. You want to be placing bets? I told you I didn't want to take your money. Told you I didn't want to take your guap. My people's Devin Haney is doing what I expected him to do. Those of you who've been tuning in to the last few episodes, this whole week of Boxing for Breakfast, how many times do you have to go through this with me where I tell you what's going to happen in the fight and you don't believe me and then you witness it happen? How many times are we going to live this, my people, before you say, oh, shit, you know what, the guy is JSmiff. Here we go, round number 5, my peoples. They going at it. They in the middle of the ring. Brian Norman Jr. missing with a jab. Devin Haney using that lateral movement, using those angles. Brian Norman Jr. with a jab to the body. Brian Norman Jr. jab to the face, jab to the body. Devin Haney feigning in the middle of the ring, using those angles, using that footwork. You see how Devin is constantly moving from left to right. This is what you have to understand, my peoples. Double, triple jab from Brian Norman Jr. right away. Devin goes to his left. Look at the lateral movement from Devin. Stiff jab to the mouthpiece from Devin. Another stiff jab right in the snack box of Brian Norman Jr. John Parent, Devin's jab look impressive. It's crazy. It's a whip. MS, Devin's truly more skilled. Come on, my peoples. It's just that people didn't want to listen to me. I've been trying to tell you guys. I've been trying to tell you. This is how it was going to play out. And it was a tough prediction to make. But once I assessed everything, I told you. That shot that people thought Brian Norman... 1-2 from Devin Haney. That was right in the mouthpiece. A jab from Devin Haney. Brian Norman Jr. going forward. They traded jabs in the middle of the ring, my peoples. Devin with the jab. A stiff jab to the mouthpiece. Brian Norman Jr. retaliated with his own jab. Brian Norman Jr. goes forward. They go into a clinch. Here we go. Brian Norman Jr. goes forward. They in the middle of the ring. Look at Devin Haney. Look at the footwork. You see how he backs away, goes to the left. That lateral movement has been insane. He's just not standing in front of Brian Norman Jr. enough for Norman to let his hands fly like he normally does. It's like I told you, you're going to look good like that against Jin Sasaki. 1-2 from Devin Haney. Right in the mouthpiece. Yeah, you're going to knock Jin Sasaki out in round number 1. You thought wrong if you thought that's Devin. You confused. My peoples, if you've been assessing Devin's entire career by what happened, versus Ryan Garcia, you confused. That's the dream, my peoples. MS, Brian Jr. is literally afraid to go in. Because he's getting hit with some big counter shots. He's getting time going in. Look how hesitant he is. Look at that leaping left hook from a mile away. Devin Haney was able to step back from that like nothing. Side, every fight has its own identity. I keep saying that to people over and over. Stop saying, look what this fighter did. So imagine what that fighter's going to do. You sound goofy as hell. I tell people that. Another round for Devin Haney, ladies and gentlemen. Another round. Another one. There's a lot of people that's going to have to see my face tomorrow. A lot of people. And I gave you, those who listen to me, I gave you that 4-leg parlay. You better make money. I told you get your money. I told you There's some of you know I told you, even privately, yo, go get your money. These are the four. Oh, straight right hand to the snack box from Devin Haney. Oh, the jab to the kiss and the straight right hand to the nose piece and mouthpiece at the same time. Come on, my peoples. Devin Haney is putting all types of leather on Norman Jr. Come on, man. John Parent is Norman Jr. knows broken. It could be broken the way that he keeps leaking. It probably is. It probably is. MS, we still got to see later rounds. Haney can get caught with something. I mean, no, you're right. It could happen. But look, Norman Jr. being outclassed. Right now, he's being outclassed. Like, it's not looking good for him at all. There hasn't been a moment in this fight where you're like, okay, he's taking over. He's about to win this fight. Jab from Brian Norman Jr. misses. That footwork from Devin Haney has been otherworldly. Backstep, goes to the left, goes to the right. Trades leather, wins the exchanges, counter punches. Come on, my peoples. They're in a clinch right now in the corner. Referee separates them. I told you, man, Devin Haney's on another level. Senior Cobbs is going to have to see me. Lori Reed, I got mad love for you, but you're going to have to see me too, boo. I have to see me. Oh, yes. Y'all going to learn why I'm Jay Stradamus. Devin Haney back steps away from that jab from Brian Norman Jr. that was like a mile away. It was never close to touching him. They in the middle of the ring, my peoples. Brian Norman Jr. with the stiff jab. Brian Norman Jr. with a right and a left. Devin Haney with the step back. My peoples, where's that punch output that you're used to seeing from Brian Norman Jr.? Oh, a left and a right and a left to the body from Norman Jr. They go into a clinch. Where's that punch output that you're used to seeing? Guess what? When you hurt, when you get stunned, and you're getting tagged with brutal shots, that output is not the same. It's not Jen Sasaki in front of you. You're going to learn today, my peoples. JSmiff, I don't gamble, but you've been handing free money away. Too many hate. They can't see you a profit. Bro, they can't see it. I gave them the four picks of tonight. And this is going to be the third one, but Benavidez's going to win too. There's people that I hit privately, they know. They was like, yo, Jay, who got this? And I'm like, yo, pam, 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 take those four. Go get your money. Go get that. MS, Devin Haney is making Brian Norman Jr. do what he wants. Come on, bro. He's controlling everything. Right now, what you're seeing is that Devin Haney is on another level. So, the things that you're used to seeing, oh, a stiff jab to the mouthpiece from Devin Haney had Brian Norman Jr. head looking like a bobblehead. The things that you're used to seeing from Brian Norman Jr., you're not getting them. You're not seeing them. Why? Because he don't got Jen Sasaki in front of him, bro. You thought you was going to see that? No. Devin Haney with another jab to the mouthpiece. Devin Haney with another jab. A right hand to the melon from Devin. In the clinch, Brian Norman Jr. hit him with a little right hook to the body. Corey B. How do you have scored? Bro, I haven't given a single round to Brian Norman Jr. What do you mean I haven't scored? Have you given a round to Brian Norman Jr.? He out there getting completely outclassed. John Parham, Norman fighting like he from Arkansas and not from Atlanta. That happens when you got Devin Haney in front of you. Devin Haney make you look like that. That's Devin Haney. That's all Devin. Oh, people gonna respect after tonight. They gonna respect. They gonna respect. And I'm telling you, tomorrow's episode of Boxing for Breakfast is gonna be a cooking show. It's gonna be a cooking show. Let me write to my boy real quick. They in the middle of the ring, my peoples. Devin Haney with a left hook to the body. Devin Haney with a right to the melon as Brian Norman Jr. was trying to clinch. Oh, 1-2 from Devin Haney. Stiff ones. Oh, a left hook from Devin and a left hook from Brian Norman Jr. They both hit each other at the same time. I think Norman Jr. landed harder. Jab to the face from Devin Haney, my peoples. Might have to change position over here in between rounds. Phone want to run out of battery on me, y'all. Jab from Devin Haney, jab from Brian Norman Jr. 2 minutes to go into round number 7. Devin with a jab, Brian Norman Jr. attempted a left hook. They go into a clinch. Jab from Brian Norman Jr. Devin Haney with the lateral movement. You see Norman Jr. leaking from his nose, trying to wipe the blood away. Straight right hand to the body from Brian Norman Jr. Devin Haney's on his toes, using that lateral movement, using those feints. They trading jabs once again. Brian Norman Jr. with a left hook. They go into a clinch. John Parent, Devin hasn't seen 12 often. Could be an issue. Oh, Brian Norman Jr. caught him with a nasty left hook to the dome piece. Spun him. Spun his head. Like a bobblehead. Let's see what's going on out here. A minute to go into round number 7. You see Brian Norman Jr. going forward. Devin Haney catches with a right hand. Brian Norman Jr. with a jab to the face piece. Norman Jr. with a right to the body. Here we go, peoples. The referee separate them. Side, that buzz, Devin got caught with a good one. Brian Norman Jr. now stepping up the pace with a right and a left, and they go into a clinch. They right back to the middle of the ring, my peoples. You see, is what I told you before. You hurt Devin or you buzz him, he know what to do to kill some of that time on the clock. 40 seconds to go. You're not going to do me like that. Ladies and gentlemen, who expected this type of fight? You want to know who? JSmiff. That's who. Let me know what you guys think. Talk to me, my people. Talk to me, my peoples. MS. Oh, that disappeared. We get in this action, ladies and gentlemen. And I know that people's not going to be happy. MS. Brian Norman Sr. Vice. It's loud as hell. Oh, shit. Hold on, my peoples. John Parham Sr. is hot. Man, I think my live weight went down, y'all. Oh, my God. Hold on, my peoples. I think I'm cooked. Let me find out. Y'all going to have to be calling the fight to me. Damn, fellas, I'm cooked. I'm cooked, fellas. Y'all going to have to let me know what's happening. I know I'm going to be able to pull it back up, but y'all going to have to tell me what's going on, y'all. Let me know what's going on. I'm down for the count, my peoples. The same way Brian Norman Jr. got taken down in the second round, I got taken down just now. Oh, wait a minute. Listen, my peoples. I know how we're going to solve this. Standing 8 count. Oh, I know how we're going to solve this, my peoples. Listen, my peoples. I know how we're going to solve this. Somebody... Norman, using his own jab. Oh, my God. Hold on, my peoples. Oh, man. Come on, bro. Don't do that. Come on. That's whack. Listen, my peoples. Look. That's me right there. My Instagram. Call me on video, yo, and point at the camera. If you have another device, If you have another device, another phone, another tablet, call me on camera and put that shit on the fight so I could continue to call this shit. My people's right there. Look, call me on camera. Somebody. Norma looking better. Driving Haney into the corner. How's the round going? Is he winning the round? What's going on, my peoples? MS, try this link. Hold on 1 second. Let me know what's going on in the fight, though, my peoples. Let me know what's going on in the fight, y'all. Haney using that jab again, huh? Okay, I'm on that link. It might work. It might work. We might be back in action, my peoples. There we go. We back in action. We back in action, ladies and gentlemen. And the round is over. Here we go. Here we go, my peoples. You see Benavidez warming up. Salute, my brother. Appreciate the link. We back in the building. Benavidez getting ready. Shout out to everybody tuning in. It worked. It worked, MS. Salute, my brother. Yeah. We back in action, y'all. Let's get this smoke. Salute to everybody tuning in. Salute. Like I said, man, everybody who told me that Brian Norman Jr. was going to knock Devin Haney out, you're my special guest of honor for tomorrow's episode of Boxing for Breakfast. We're going to welcome you with open arms. So it's going to be that type of deal. It's going to be all love. You know, I got to be honest with y'all. For tomorrow's episode, I'm going to be wearing the apron. I'm going to be wearing the apron, and I'm going to be in the kitchen. That's all I can tell you about tomorrow. Round number 9, my peoples. Here we go. They in the middle of the ring. Jab from Brian Norman Jr. misses. They in the middle of the ring, my peoples. Brian Norman Jr. with another jab in the air, being very cautious. Brian Norman Jr. leaping left hook. Devin was able to go under it. They go into a clinch. You see Brian Norman Jr. right in front of him, but being hesitant. Ooh, right hand from Brian Norman Jr. Devin Haney was able to block that. Remember the narrative that Devin Haney keep the hands down and he's going to get hit? Being able to block those big punches. Pop, pop, pop. Devin Haney would have left to the body and a right to the head, another right to the head while they clinching. Punching him in the face. You thought Dev was going to get bullied? You got to twist it. You got to twist it. Brian Norman Jr. missed with a big right hand. Oh, you thought Brian Norman Jr. was going to be fighting Jin Sasaki. You thought it was going to be a quick knockout. No. That's not who he's fighting. That's not the same results that he was going to get. I'll try to tell you. Brian Norman Jr. with a right, a left, and a right, none of that landed. Ooh, now in the clinch, though, he caught Devin Haney with a left to the melon, Devin with a right to the body. They trading leather in the middle of those clinches. Referee separates them. You see Norman Jr. going forward. Jab from Brian Norman Jr., the stiffy. Side, Norman with the stiff arm. Jab from Devin Haney. Brian Norman Jr. with the left hook to the face piece. One, two from Devin Haney. Brian Norman Jr. with the left hook. It didn't work for me earlier either. So they both been going in and out. It worked now. Yup, Norman Jr. with the stiffest of the iffest elbows. He's frustrated. Here we go. They standing right in front of each other. Devin Haney with the step back, blocks the two shots to the body. They go into a clinch. You seen the way that Devin stared Norman Jr. when he dropped him, the way he stared him down? Ooh, Devin Haney with a leaping left hook. They both landed left hooks to the melon. Ooh, Devin Haney with a stiff jab to the mouthpiece. Norman Jr. goes forward. Ooh, I think they butted heads right there. Not sure. It looked like it though. See Norman Jr. going forward and Devin with the quick step back. Lateral movement. The round is over. Another one in the books. MS. Devin is smart to use clinch and run clock. Brian is getting desperate and trying to hurt him. And you remember what I told you this morning and what I said yesterday and what I've been saying. Devin's going to get ahead on the cards, and then Brian Norman Jr. is going to have a hard time catching him with just a big shot because Devin's going to see it coming. My people, let me take a commercial break for a glass of water. I'll be right back with y'all. My people, round number 10 kicked off. Brian Norman Jr. with the double jab. Brian Norman Jr. missed with another jab. You see Devin Haney, once again, with that little lateral movement that he does, that he just doesn't stay in front of Brian Norman Jr. long enough for Norman Jr. to react and put them hands together like he normally does. They go back into a clinch. They in the middle of the ring, my people, so you can see Devin is trying to time him going in. And you know, right now, Devin Haney's well ahead on the cards. Devin Haney with the leaping left hook. Brian Norman Jr. catching with a left and a right. See, at this point, Norman Jr. is desperate because he knows that's it, he need a knockout. And this is what's going to make it easier for Dev to outbox him. Ooh, Devin Haney catches him with a left hook. You see how he timed him going in? Boom! Exploded in his dome piece. You see Norman Jr. being hesitant. Haney with the double jab. Hey, in the middle of the ring. Norman Jr. misses with that leaping left hook. You see how he keeps trying to catch Devin with that punch? You're not going to win like that. That's it. You cooked. Saw a lot of clinching in this round. But if you notice, they clinching because look at the way that Norman Jr. is trying to close the gap. He's lunging himself. So they end up too close to each other. Look at that. You see? You lunging yourself forward. Here we go. They're in the middle of the ring. You see that step back from Devin Haney every time Brian Norman Jr. tries to go in with the right and the left? He not landing with those shots. MS Devin outsmarted my country boy like Bud outsmarted Canelo. Ooh, Devin Haney with the counter left hook to the melon. Devin Haney with the 1-2. They go back into a clinch. Referee separate them. 20 seconds to go into round number 10. Brascarell greetings from the main streets of Omaha, Nebraska. Devin Haney with the leaping left hook. My boy Wes Dustin been real quiet. Been ghost watching. I only heard about him in the first round and never heard about Wes Dustin again after he told me Brian Norman Jr. was going to knock Devin Haney out. And I guarantee you, my people, Brian Norman Jr., his nose is broken for sure, because if you notice, it has never stopped leaking throughout the whole fight. So he got his nose broken in the second round. Crazy. That's one thing that people don't realize. Norman Jr. has been fighting with a broken nose for 10 rounds. For 9 rounds. You know, he a tough guy. He a tough fighter. But, yo, Devin is that dude, man. Here we go, round number 11. Brian Norman Jr. desperate. Let the hands fly right away to kick off the round. MS JSmiff. You see Conor Ben eyeing Devin? Ooh, Conor Ben looking at him. He already said he was going to 147. Here we go. The referee separate him from the clinch. My peoples, I'm experiencing technical difficulties. Meth streams is playing games, but here we go. They back in action. Jab from Brian Norman Jr., the quick step back from Devin Haney. Devin Haney with the counter left hook to the melon. They clinching and trading leather at the same time. In the middle of the ring, my peoples. You see Brian Norman Jr. feigning, thinking about it, misses with another leaping left hook. I told you guys, with a Devin Haney that was going to be ahead on the cards, you're not going to catch him with that big shot. He's already expecting it. Slipping every single one of those. Look, he missed again with another leaping left hook. Of course, Conor Ben is going to want a title shot. They go back into a clinch after Norman Jr. lunged in with a right hand. Devin with a left hook. They're in a clinch once again. They clinching, my peoples. Brian Norman Jr. got him in a wrestling headlock. They back at it, my peoples, in the middle of the ring. Devin Haney with a jab in the right hand. They go back into a clinch. Brian Norman Jr. with a little shot to the face piece while they was clinching. The referee separated. You see Devin Haney, once again, with that quick, stiff jab to the mouthpiece, doubled it up. Jab from Norman Jr. They go back into that clinch. Devin Haney with a hook to the body. You see that step back and that lateral movement from Devin Haney is on point. Leaping left hook from Devin Haney. That makes Brian Norman Jr. miss with his left hook. Catches him with a right hand to the melon. Side, Haney feeling good. You see that stiff jab from Devin Haney? Brian Norman Jr. going forward, missing with a lot of punches. The round is over. You see how he bumped into Devin Haney. He's frustrated. There you have it, my peoples. There you have it. For those who didn't want to believe that Devin Haney is him, time to get his respect back. This is the reason why he took that fight. Right here. Devin Haney took this fight to prove the naysayers wrong. And look, Bill is talking to him. He letting him know, like, yo, this the last round. This dude is desperate. All he got left is a prayer to land the big haymaker. So be responsible out there. Don't get crazy. Don't get complacent. We've been following the game plan. Let's win this fight. Let's bring it home. Check it out, my peoples. Devin Haney about to bring it home. Salute to Senior Cop. Salute to Lori Reed. Man, my peoples at the Rice Podcast. I need to holler at you. Round number 12. You see the lateral movement from Devin Haney. Brian Norman Jr. misses with a right hand. They go into a clinch. Remember I told you this morning, ooh, 2 right hooks to the body, a left to the body, a right to the dome, another right to the dome from Devin Haney. Remember I told you people was going to go from Devin Haney getting knocked out to, well, he won, but we don't like how he won. You know, I'm JSmiff, so we can replay that. We got receipts, right? Definitely, John Brown definitely need a rematch, Ryan, after this. Oh, we're going to get that rematch. Brian Norman Jr. with a left to the melon. We're going to get that rematch. That's going to happen. Especially if Ryan Garcia is able to beat Mario Barrios. That'll be next because it'll be a unification. Oh, no, it won't be a unification. Oh, yes. Unification fight. So that will be even bigger than the first one. They're in the clinch, my people. 2 minutes to go into round number 12. Norman Jr. going forward. Big right hand from Norman Jr. misses. Brian Norman Jr. with a left and a right to the body. Another left and a right to the body from Norman Jr. Right to the head as they clinching. Devin Haney with a left to the body. Brian Norman Jr. trying to get off. Referee separate him. Going forward is Norman Jr. Ooh, Devin Haney with a right hand to the melon. They're back in a clinch. Devin Haney putting his weight on him. There you have it, Brian Norman Jr. going forward. Knows he needs a knockout to win this fight. He knows that there's nothing else he could do. Devin Haney with that stiff jab, looking like a bazooka. Boof! Exploding in Norman Jr.'s nose piece. They back in the middle of the ring. Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney, traded leather. Devin to the body, Brian Norman Jr. to the body. A left to the body from Brian Norman Jr., a left to the body from Devin Haney. They traded leather while clinching. You see the movement. You see the angles. Devin Haney does not stay in front of Brian Norman Jr. for an extended period of time. I repeat, Norman Jr. is not fighting Jen Sasaki. That's what you thought it was. That's how you thought it was going to play out. Stop making an assessment based on what happened with another fight with another guy. I keep trying to explain that to you, my peoples. Devin Haney with a left to the body. Brian Norman Jr. with a right to the dome piece. Another right to the dome piece from Brian Norman Jr. in the middle of that clinch. 20 seconds to go. And the only thing that could get Norman Jr. the win is a stoppage. Devin Haney with the lateral movement, making a miss. Now they clinch and trading punches to the head. 10 seconds to go into round number 12. Desperation, you see it in Brian Norman Jr.'s face. He knows he lost this fight if he doesn't land a miracle shot. But the miracle is not coming up. A lot of people going to have to see my face. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is over. This fight is over. Devin Haney knows that he's won this fight. Smiling. Brian Norman Jr., you know, he raised his arms in the air. He's a true champion. He fought till the end. But ultimately, you see Bill Haney and Devin Haney celebrating. They know what just happened. CC Motion. What's up, fam? Salute, family. Enjoying the fight, man. And this ain't even the main event. You know, Devin Haney did exactly what I told everybody he was going to do. I predicted the outcome of this fight. I told everybody this is how it was going to play out. And there you have it. It happened exactly like that. You know, people made a prediction and thought that the outcome of this fight was based on Devin Haney getting hurt by Ryan Garcia, which is irrelevant. And they figured, well, Brian Norman Jr. knocking people out. Well, you know, he knocked out Jen Sasaki. Devin Haney's not that. I've been trying. Ooh, Devin Haney landed a nasty right hand to the mouthpiece where he dropped Brian Norman Jr. in the second round. Ooh, nasty left jab. Brian Norman Jr. landed some good shots here and there, but he got outclassed. Corey B., you called it, champ. Bam, salute, my brother. Some people will acknowledge that I called it. Some people will just come through with some excuses or something crazy. But I told people, I said the 4 that are going to win. And I posted the video, by the way. The video's up. I said Bam, Abdullah, Devin, Benavidez. So 3 of my picks is already there. The next one is going to come through. There's some people who hit me privately. Yo, Jay, I'm about to make my picks. Talk to me. I say, yo, hey, look, that's this 4 right there. Go get your money. Holla at me. Shot cool hands. No excuses, fam. Holla at me, my boy. My boy. Now what you got to say about Devin Haney? Now what you got to say about Devin Haney? Let me know. Come on now. Braskarov. Mason was easy money. Oh, nah, bro. Hold on. That wasn't easy money. Hold on. Abdullah Mason went 12 rounds with Sam Noakes. He took more punishment than he ever has in his whole life. And I said it. There was people saying that Abdullah was going to stop him quick and it was going to be easy work. Nah, yo, Abdullah Mason went to war like he never has in his life. Here we go, my people. They're announcing the champion. Whoa. Brian Norman Jr., the right side of his face looked real swollen. You can see the damage from this fight. It's being officially announced. Devin, the Dream Haney. Whoa, my brother. Whoa, Trained to Perfection is in the building. Salute, Fareed, my G. Bam, I see you in the building. And I got to say, the trainer, the coach standing behind Devin Haney, that's Coach Fareed, Trained to Perfection. And he hit me up a while back and told me, yo, I'm joining Devin Haney's training camp. And he's right there, you know, he's right there. Right there with him. Ooh. There you have it, my peoples. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Devin Haney becomes a world champion in the welterweight division. You know what that means? He's on a collision course with a lot of people. With Ryan Garcia, who he wants that rematch with. Let's see if Ryan Garcia can win versus Barrios. John Parham, Def picked him apart. People gonna learn. The people that didn't know about Devin, that didn't want to accept about Devin, they gonna learn, bro. It's just that simple. You're gonna learn. There you have it. What a fight from Devin Haney. What a performance. Completely outclassed a legitimate world champion, the best in the welterweight division. You know, I hope nobody's going to be disrespectful to Brian Norman Jr. No disrespect. I'm trying to tell you. Because at the end of the day, Brian Norman Jr. is a true world champion. And the better man won. That's just all it is. You know, there you go, Bill Haney. Devin Haney right there. Coach Fareed right there. And they brought home the W, y'all. Brought it on home. Shaku hands, Smith, see, no DuckTales. All right, but tell me what you think about Devin Haney now. Let me know, Shaku hands. He ain't beat nobody, and he ain't do this, and he ain't do that. What you think about Devin now? Holla at me. Because I don't think you have told me that yet. Ooh, a lot of people got to see my face. Ooh, a lot of people got to see my face. Man, Brian Norman Jr., man, got beat up. You thought Brian Norman Jr. was going to do Devin Haney like he did Jen Sasaki, right? Because Devin Haney's Jen Sasaki. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yo, tomorrow's episode is going to be crazy. My peoples, think about the fight that we just got, the fights that we've seen thus far, and we still got the main event. We still got the main event. Now, before we even get to that, I just want to say, man, there's some people out there that I can't wait to talk to. That I'm so looking forward to talk to. Ooh, I can't wait. Look at, they know who they is too. There's some people out there that say, I can't wait to see you on Sunday, Jay. Watch on Sunday morning. You better do the show. Oh, I'm going to do the show. I'm going to be there Sunday morning. Oh, shit, my peoples. Hold on. My phone is almost running out of charge, y'all. Oh, shit, the phone almost turned off for me. Let me move position. Hold on, my peoples. Whoa. We almost suffered a devastating blow. Hold on 1 second, man. Let me set up shop. Hold on, my people. Oh, no. This shit got 2% charge, y'all. Oh, shit. My people's 2% charge. We almost got knocked out of commission out here. Oh, now that's it, my people. We unstoppable. We can't be stopped. We can't stop, won't stop. Hold on. Man, listen. I told y'all what was going to happen. You should have listened to me. Now you're going to have to go in tomorrow's episode of Boxing for Breakfast. And damn, man. You're going to have to see my face. I'm going to have to holler at y'all. My peoples, let me grab my hydration real quick, man. Yo, there's some people out there who was actually thinking about me during this fight. I want you to let that sizzle in your spirit. When Devin Haney beat Brian Norman Jr., you know who some people was thinking about? Me! That's who. Yo, let me get some water, man. David Benavidez is about to get it on, my peoples. Tomorrow's show, tomorrow's Boxing for Breakfast. Yo, you my special guest of honor if you told me Brian Norman Jr. was going to knock Devin Haney out. Let me get some water, my peoples. I'll be right back. Shy guys, salute my brother. Trust me, I promise you, my G, you ain't the only one that was thinking about me while Devin Haney was putting all type of hands on Brian Norman Jr. Yo, when Norman Jr. hit the canvas, my face popped up in a lot of people's minds. Put it to you like that. My peoples, I want you to take this into consideration. I want you to look at both sides. Consider both sides, my people. Give respect to Brian Norman Jr. He's a true champion, and I'm going to tell you why. He lost, and he got outclassed. But what you have to understand, this guy got his nose broken and hurt in the second round. I've been in the ring before. I had my nose broken. And guess what? When you leaking like that, you can't breathe the same. You're not breathing the same. So it's easier to get tired. It's easier to slow down when you're constantly leaking from your nose because you can't take those deep breaths that you normally do. So he got hurt badly in the second round, and he had to fight through that nose leaking throughout the whole fight. And he did. So he lost, but he lost like a true champion, fighting throughout the whole fight. He never stopped punching, never stopped fighting. And that's what a true champion does. And remember what I told you. Remember what I told you. Brian Norman Jr. will become a world champion again. I'm not telling you that he's going to beat Devin Haney. He's going to have to go in a different route to become a world champion. But he will. He's that good. It's just that Devin Haney is Devin Haney. People just don't want to accept it. Devin Haney's that guy. But remember, my peoples, tomorrow's episode of Boxing for Breakfast is going to be epic. It's going to be, I would say, a cookout. It's going to be a cooking show. So make sure you tune in. And in fact, tomorrow's episode of Boxing for Breakfast is going to kick off at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to give people a little bit more time to sleep and rest and digest what just happened. and try to process what I've been saying was going to happen for the last few weeks. Well, not for the last few weeks, since last week. Since I made my prediction, you'll see what I said was going to happen. You have to deal with that tomorrow. David Benavidez versus Yard, about to go down. Agent, salute, JSmiff, J. Petey. I heard Norman got cooked, bro. Got beat up. Beat him up. I told y'all, Devin Haney beat him up. Shy Guy. People still digesting Buzz win like he cheated or something. You know they're going to say Devin cheated too. The Haney doubters shaking in their boots. Go get the money. These fights been lit. Bro, what 3 fights have we gotten, B? Abdullah Mason showed that he's a true champion. What he's made of. Because let me tell you something. When you're as good as Abdullah Mason, you're going to run into somebody who's not going to go away, who's going to take everything you got, who's going to keep coming forward, who's going to be landing big punches on you. And you know what happens when you finally run into that guy? You have to beat him at his own fight, bro. You have to beat him at his own fight. And that's what Abdullah had to do. Let me give you an example. Floyd had to beat Maidana at his own fight because this guy was not going to go away. He was going to be in front of Floyd. He was going to be letting the hands fly and landing. So Floyd had to beat him at his own fight. Bivol had to be better at his own fight. Had to trade with him. You're going to have to trade with him. So right now, that's what you saw. Devin Haney outboxed Brian Norman Jr. He made it his fight. In this case, he made it his fight. This is my fight. I'm going to dictate what goes down over here. My people, here we go. David Benavidez making that ring walk. Jay Petty, both of them boys was dog food for Boots. They was out there capping like they could compete. I mean, I don't know why you're saying they both food for Boots, because Devin Haney looked like he could put hands on Boots too in this fight. And again, bro, every fight is individual. One has nothing to do with the other. Because, you know, with that logic, people were saying Devin was going to get knocked out because, hey, Ryan hurt him, so he's going to get knocked out. And look what happened. First fight at the welterweight division, beat him up. Bisco, is there a rematch clause? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Side, I think Norman is a better win than anyone Boots fought at welter. I mean, Brian Norman Jr. is a better win than any win in Boots' career. Boots don't got to win better than that one. Here we go, my peoples. Michael Buffer calling the main event. We're about to hear the iconic lines. Let's get ready to rumble. I told y'all, man, I gave y'all the full picks over and over, and you didn't listen. Should have been listening to me. Should have been listening to me. Now, how does this fight play out? At this point, you know that I'm telling you what it is. Yard, he's going to make it interesting the first few rounds. But Benavidez is going to start figuring him out. That punch output, those power punches, Benavidez is going to be looking to get the stoppage. And I expect him to be successful at it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Jay Petty, just that fighting style overall, he couldn't compete. That was too much. He outclassed him. You could see Devin just waiting for him to counter him. And did you guys see that jab? That bazooka-like jab to the kisser? That was crazy. That jab that he would just put his whole body weight behind it. Ooh, my people's 147 Devin is different. 147 Devin is different. You just found out. Age of 17, Norman didn't look the same after that knockdown until late in the fight. He was hurt, man. He was hurt. He was hurt pretty bad. Bisco, he got that jab from Floyd Mayweather. Man, that's a stiff one. Put the whole body behind that joint. And where's the people that was criticizing that jab? Oh, nah, that bow and arrow. Goofy ass shit. He got that bow and arrow. He gonna get beat up because of the bow and arrow effect. Who the fuck made that shit up? Who came up with that shit? Devin Haney 31-0, never lost. A bow and arrow, man, shut your goofy ass up with your bow and arrow effect. What the fuck is you talking about? Really? This guy is undefeated, 31-32-0, and you talking about, nah, his jab no good. You know, that bow and arrow effect, he gonna get knocked out. Goofball. Yeah. There goes Anthony Yard, my peoples. His ring walk, he's on the way. Side, Devin can't win. Listen, man. I heard so many reasons why Devin couldn't win and why Devin wasn't going to win. I lost count. I lost count, my peoples. Let me grab my other phone because this fight is about to start. Hold on. Here we go, my peoples. David Benavidez making his ring walk. The usual smile. The Mexican flag. The Mexican outfit. The Mexican monster. Angel 17. Y'all ready to see David whoop him? I mean, I told you David was going to beat him, and you know I'm going 4 for 4. If I predicted everything right, like, why would anybody think that I'm going to get this one wrong? Agent 17. Pick O'Meara. I got AJ cruising the fight to a decision victory. Jay Petty. He hasn't fought in over 2 years. And yes, he will be the favorite in Vegas. Especially if Boots get the big win before that. It will be close, maybe because his name. That's all. Agent 17, I got Devin. I'm friends with his family, so I support him 100%. Listen, man. Oh, David Benavidez. I got David Benavidez winning this fight by knockout. And I told you guys before, I never make a pick based on who I like, you know, based on which is my favorite fighter or nothing like that. I make my pick based on who I think is gonna win the fight. I make an assessment. I look at I look at all the different angles, and then I render a decision. That's it. I don't predict, and I said it before. You know, Brian Norman Sr. I spoke to him privately. He's been on my platform, so I appreciate him. I got mad respect and love for him and his son. But when it comes time to assess the outcome of this fight, I don't take that into consideration. I don't make a decision based on, I like this guy, I don't like that guy. Because a lot of people predict based on that, and you guys know it's true. You guys know people predict based on who they like and who they don't like. I don't do that. I never met Bill Haney. I never, traded words with him. I have with Norm Senior. Yet, I predicted that Devin Haney was going to win this fight because that's what I saw happening. Abdul Rahim, your prediction was right. You know everything about boxing and UFC. Nah, I don't know shit about UFC. Agent 17, which Charlo the one who fought Canelo or the other one? That was Jermell Charlo. Mel Charlo fought Canelo. He moved up to fight Canelo. Patrick O'Meara, AJ will definitely KO him. But the way Jake fights have been, I mean, look, man, Jake Paul don't stand a chance. He's going to be brutalized. There's people that think this is going to be fake, this is going to be staged. This is going to be a real fight. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua is going to be a real fight. People could think it's fake, but it's not. And Anthony Joshua, I'm telling you, his approach to this fight is going to be like, yo, this guy's really disrespecting me. Like, this YouTuber guy, he really believed he could beat me. All right. And he already said that in the interview. Like, nah, he believed he could beat me. He's going to get what he wants. He's going to get that fight. AJ's going to sleep him brutally. There you go, my people. The fight is being announced. We getting ready to get the smoke, y'all. Getting ready to get this smoke. Here we go. David Benavidez, Anthony Yarde, in the middle of the ring. The referee's giving them the final instructions before they handle business. My people, hit that like button, man. Double tap that screen. I'm about to give you this elite level commentary. Let's get it. Let's get it, my peoples. The Mexican monster, Anthony Yarde. They about to go at it. Agent 17. What round you got Yarde going out, JSmiff? I think he goes out in the 10th round, I think. It might be it for him. By that time, he's going to get broken down. Yarde with the double jab, trying to go in on Benavidez. Double jab for Yarde in the air, just trying to gauge that distance. You see David Benavidez in the middle of the ring. Jab to the body, misses from Benavidez. So they both putting that jab out there. Nothing is landing so far. You see both of them look real big, real strong. Benavidez misses with a jab to the body. Going forward. Yarde moving back. You see the feints from Benavidez. Ooh, Yarde with a left hook in the right hand. And then the lateral movement. You see Benavidez going forward. So I'll tell you guys from the first 45 seconds of the round. Ooh, Benavidez with a straight right hand and a left hook to the melon of Yarde. Benavidez attempt a monster left hook. They're already pulling out the heavy artillery, my peoples. 1 minute into the round, Yarde misses with a big left hook. I'm already seeing that Benavidez is going to be the guy owning the real estate. He's going to be the guy going forward, and Yarde will be the fighter using that footwork. You see the lateral movement. Jab from Yarde. He said, ooh, Benavidez with the straight right hand to the melon of Yarde. I'm going to tell you a problem I see, my people. Look at Yarde holding that left hand real low right by his waist. You see that? That can be a big problem. He already ate a right hand. So that needs to be adjusted. If he's going to fight with that left hand down, the knockout is going to come from a big right hand. If he's gonna fight like that, you see the left hand from Anthony Yard. If this is it, he's going to sleep from a monster right hand. Round number one, my peoples. Jab from Anthony Yard. Straight right hand from Benavidez. Yard with his own left hand. Benavidez going forward now. Ooh, jab with the left. Ooh, Yard catching with a right hand as Benavidez was stepping in. Yard with his back up against the ropes. Look at the counter punch. Benavidez with a left and a right. Yard catching with a right hand and uses the lateral movement. That's a good strategy. If you're fighting David Benavidez, you cannot stay in front of him for a prolonged amount of time because you will eat some nasty leather and potentially go to sleep. Benavidez with a jab to the body. They in the middle of the ring, my peoples. Benavidez misses with a jab to the body. Yard waiting for him to come in. Right hand to the body from Yard misses. Benavidez with a stiff jab to the mouthpiece. Another jab from Benavidez. Yard with his own jab. They in the middle of the ring, my peoples. You see Benavidez going forward. Yard with the lateral movement. Benavidez with the straight right hand. Right in the kisser. Bisco, you're comfortable on that back foot. There it goes, my peoples. Round number one is over. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Yard is not fighting the best fight, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, he keeping that left hand down. He's open for that big right hand, which is the one that I think is going to sleep him. That's number one. Number two, if you're going to fight that type of fight on David Benavidez, where you're going to rely on your lateral movement and the footwork, he's going to catch up to you. It's just the inevitable. Why? Because Benavidez is athletic. He got the footwork to stay in front of you, the skills to cut off the ring. So Yard punching and moving, you're going to get caught. If you fight in a way like you don't want to exchange, like you only exchange when he catch up to you, nah. It's a matter of time before that big right hand, put him out of his misery. They trading jabs in the middle of the ring, my peoples. Yard with the jab. Yard with the jab once again. They both feigning right now. No punches thrown, nothing landed. Benavidez misses with a right hand to the body. Yard with a jab to the mouthpiece. They're in the middle of the ring, my peoples. Nothing significant. Yard pulling out there. Ooh, Benavidez with a nasty right hand to the melon. Benavidez with a right to the dome piece and a jab. Yard got his back up against the ropes. Left hook from Yard and the lateral movement. Straight right hand from Yard. Straight right hand from Yard. Left hook from Yard. Jab from Yard. They trading jabs, my peoples. They traded, ladies and gentlemen. Benavidez with a left hook to the body. Yard with the jab. Ooh, Yard attempts a big shot with a right hand. Benavidez with a right to the body. Benavidez with another right to the body. Yard with a jab to the body, jab to the face. They trading jabs, my people, in the middle of the ring. Double jab from Yard. Left hook and a right hand from Yard. Jab to the body from Yard. Jab from Yard. Benavidez right in front of him, moving his head. Yard with a right hook to the body. Benavidez with a right to the melon. Benavidez misses with a big right hand. Benavidez got him in the corner, trying to let the hands fly. Yard spins him around, punch him in the head. They in the middle of the ring, my peoples. Jab to the body from Yard. Yard with a left hook. and the lateral movement. Benavidez going forward now. Straight right hand from Benavidez to the mouthpiece. Left hook from Benavidez. A left or right from Benavidez. A left hook from Benavidez. Yard with the 1-2. Yard with a left and a right to the body. Yard with a double jab in the right hand. Straight right hand from Yard. You see Yard with the movement. Benavidez misses with a right hand, trips. And the round is over. David throwing big shots. He's going to be looking to get him out of there. Gonna be looking to get him out of there. Damn, my peoples, I'm feeling some damn cramps in my chest. If you notice that my energy kind of went down all of a sudden, it's because I felt some goddamn cramps in my chest. That shit even made me feel a little bit nervous. B-Scout, David working hard. He not relaxed. I mean, you know, it's early into the fight. Shit. It's real early into the fight, so let's see how it all develops. Here we go, my peoples. Shit, man, the round just started. Yeah, let me grab some water, y'all. Give me a second, my peoples. The round just started, round number 3. Fuck. I'll be right back, y'all. My peoples. My peoples. I'm going to take this round off, y'all. I'm going to watch y'all. And then I'm going to start calling the fight for the next one. So I agree with you, side Yard is looking pretty good. Benavidez trying to let the hands go. Corey B, that's the old man cramp. I guess so, man. Right there, this shit cramping up. So when I get a little bit excited, now it shit starts to hurt. Now I will say, that movement that Yard is doing, the footwork. You see the lateral movement. Can he do that for 12 rounds? I don't know. Ooh, Benavidez with the big left hook. Nasty right and a left from Benavidez. Nasty right and a left from Benavidez. To the melon flush. Ooh, a right and a left from Benavidez. Yard retaliated with a right hand. Benavidez with a right and a left to the melon. The round is over. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. When Benavidez let the hands fly, he's effective. But I'll repeat, my peoples, everybody who had Brian Norman Jr. knocking out Devin Haney, you're my guest of honor in tomorrow's episode of Boxing for Breakfast. Make sure that you show up. It's gonna be all love, you know. It's gonna be a cooking show. We're gonna have a good time, but we're gonna have to talk about it. I know for a fact that when Brian Norman Jr. hit the canvas, a lot of people thought about me. I'm the first person they thought about. Like, shit, JSmiff. I'm telling you, Norman Jr. went down, and at the same time, they saw my face flash in front of them. Bisco, y'all focus on that body. Pay attention. Let me see. Let me see what you're talking about. They in the middle of the ring, my peoples. Round number 4. You see Yard keeping that jab out there. Jab to the body from Yard. Jab to the body from Benavidez. JJ says, I'm here, JSmiff. We just got into town. Where the fight's good tonight, man. Every fight was amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. It's the only way I could describe it. It's been one of the best cards that we've seen in a long time. This is amongst the best. Everything was awesome so far. And you know that I'm going 4 for 4 tonight, right? I told everybody the 4 people that was gonna win, and there you have it. Well, Benavidez is in a competitive fight right now. Well, he's gonna win. I already told you. Y'all know I don't miss by now. If you think, they traded leather, my peoples. Yard with a right hand. Benavidez landed a couple of shots. Benavidez with a right hand to the melon. Yard retaliates with a right hand. Ooh, Benavidez with a left hook. Straight right hand from Benavidez. Piece of Yard. They traded leather, my peoples. Benavidez going forward. Jab to the face piece from David Benavidez. Benavidez with a right to the melon. A left from Benavidez. Jab from Benavidez. You see him going forward. Jab from Yard. Ooh, a right and a left from Benavidez. You see Benavidez. Yard with a straight right hand to the dome piece of the Mexican monster. You see David. Ooh, stiff jab to the mouthpiece from Benavidez. Ooh, Benavidez get caught with a right. A left, a right from Benavidez to the melon. That's the thing about Benavidez. Every time he closes the gap, he's going to let them hands fly. And those things add up, bro. They add up. You see those shots that he's landing to Yard's head? They add up. Yard misses with a looping right hand. Benavidez with a left to the body. Yard with a right and a left to the body. Yard with a jab to the body. Yard with a 1-2. Benavidez going forward. Yard with a looping right hand. Yard pushing Benavidez with that jab. Benavidez telling him, hit me, hit me. Yard with a double left hook. Benavidez is telling him, come on, hit me. Benavidez is telling him, ooh, Benavidez with a right hand to the mouthpiece. Left to the body from Benavidez. Straight right hand from Benavidez. 1-2 from Yard. Yard with a left and a right. Benavidez with a right and a left. Benavidez with a left and 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 another left and another left and a left and a left and a left and another left from Benavidez to the body and to the melon, another left to the wig piece. My peoples, how many lefts was that? I lost count. Golly. David Benavidez was letting that left hand fly upon thee. Come on, man. Come on, man. And anyways, I already told you he was going to win this fight. So, like, there's not going to be any surprise here. Jay Stradamus told you. Benavidez caught a right hand to the mouthpiece, but then he landed a left and a right hand to the wig piece. You see it right there. He caught a right hand flush in the mouthpiece. That pissed him off. A left and a left and a left. Now he not holding him. Look, look. Look. His arm is being held up there. Holding the back of his head. Nah, B-Scout, did you see the replay? Bro was holding his glove. And he was punching him anyways. With like 50 lefts. They in the middle of the ring, my peoples. Jab to the body from Benavidez. Jab from Yard. Double jab, triple jab from Yard. Another jab from Yard. Benavidez going forward. Double jab from Yard. Yard with the left hook. JSmiff, are you stuttering? Or did he throw that many lefts? Trust me, I did not exaggerate. I did not put an extra left in there. It was lefts for days. Age 17, he threw a lot of lefts. I counted each and every one. Trust me, when you watch the video, you're going to see. I did not remove or add an extra left. A left and a right from Yard and a left and a right from Benavidez. Another left hook from Yard. As we talking about lefts. Jab from Benavidez. Jab to the body from Benavidez. You see Anthony Yard with the lateral movement. Ooh, right to the dome piece from Yard and a right to the mouthpiece from Benavidez. Another right to the mouthpiece from Benavidez. A left hook and a right and a left from Benavidez. Yard with a right uppercut to the body. Benavidez with a left to the body, right to the dome piece. The referee separate them. B-score, I think Lester Martinez will beat David. I don't think he's ready for that right now. Double right. Ooh, and a right from Yard. Yard with the feint. Benavidez standing right in front of him, waiting to counter punch him, waiting to set him up, inviting him. Jab to the face from Benavidez and a jab from Yard. Left to the body, right to the dome piece from Benavidez. Straight right hand to the mouthpiece from Benavidez. Yard retaliates with a 1-deuce. Benavidez with the leaping left hook and a right to the body. Ooh, a right to the melon and a left to the melon from David Benavidez. Another left to the melon, a right to the body, left to the melon, straight right hand. My peoples. Ooh, a straight right hand from David Benavidez. Another straight right hand from the Mexican Monster and a left hook to the mouthpiece. That was a 5-piece combo, my peoples. That was 2 chicken wings, 2 biscuits, a drumstick, and no soda. Was trying to leave him out to dry. 1-2 from Yard. Benavidez standing right in front of him. Ooh, Yard with a left and a right to the body. JSmiff. I was cooking you some bomb burritos. Whoa. They trading jabs in the middle of the frame, my peoples. Yard with the 1-2. Benavidez with a left to the mouthpiece. Benavidez with the right hand. Ooh, Benavidez with the right hand. A left and a right from Benavidez. A left and a right from David Benavidez. Yard with the lateral movement. The round is over. You started to see the Mexican Monster taking over. Now, from here on out, it's only going to get worse for Anthony Yard. You're going to see it. It's only going to get worse. But I told you, he's the type of fighter that you're going to have to break him down. You're not just going to, boom, just get him out of there. It's going to take time. That's why I said this could go to round number 10. Yard is a strong fighter. He could take a shot. And he could definitely dish it out too. So Benavidez has to be responsible on the way in. It's not like he's just going to pulverize him. So you see David Benavidez walking him down, but he's doing it responsibly. And then when he finds that opening, them hands is flying. Round number 6, my peoples. We're in the middle of at the midway point. Straight right hand from Yard to the mouthpiece of David Benavidez. Yard with the left hook. Yard with the right hand. But you see the difference in power, my peoples. Like nothing Yard does really has shown to phase Benavidez. A right and a left from Yard, a right and a left from Yard. Yard with a right to the body. Benavidez with a left and a right and a left and a right to the melon. Yard with a left. Benavidez with a left uppercut and a left hook to the face piece. Now you see the Mexican Monster going forward. Yard with a right hook to the body. The referee says that was kind of low. Yard with a jab to the body. Yard with a straight right hand to the body and goes into a clinch right away. He already senses there's trouble. I need to clinch. Benavidez going forward. Looking, ooh, Yard with the right hand and the push-off. Benavides with the right hand. Benavides with a jab to the mouthpiece. Ooh, Benavides with the left hook to the mouthpiece once again. Yard with the 1-2 to Benavides' nose piece. A straight right hand from Yard. Another straight right hand. Benavides is telling him, come on, right uppercut from Yard. Benavides like, come on, hit me. Come on. Yard with the right hand. Benavides applying not only the physical pressure, but the psychological pressure. Yard is feeling like, damn, there ain't nothing I could do with this guy. Benavides with the left hook, straight right hand to the mouthpiece from the Mexican Monster. Mexican Monster with a right hand, a left, a right from the Mexican Monster, a right hand. Letting the hands fly right in front of His Excellency, Turkey Alam Sheikh. Jab from Benavides. Yard with the right hand and the right hand. Benavides with a right hook to the body. Benavides with a right and a left. Oh, right hook to the body from David Benavides. Benavides with a left and a right. Yard with a left and a right. Benavides with a right. Yard with a left and a right. They traded leather. Benavides with a straight right hand. Yard. Nose is leaking. You see him wiping the nose, the blood off. Oh, Benavides with a nasty left hook to the mouthpiece. A jab from Benavides, right to the body. Left and a right from Benavides. Another left and a right. Yard with a right hand. They go into a clinch. Benavides with a nasty left hook to the body. Nasty left hook to the belly. Nasty uppercut. Right hook from Benavides. He's teeing off a left hook from David Benavides. Right hook. Right to the body from David Benavides. Right hand. Left nasty hook from David Benavides and a right hand. Right in the snack box of Anthony Yard. Yard with the right hand, leaking from his nose. Benavides is walking him down. Right hand from Benavides. Yard is trying to fight back. Benavides with another left. Nasty left jab to the mouthpiece. Right hand from Benavides is teeing off a Yard. Benavides with the left hook. Benavides with a right hand to the melon. The referee's thinking about it. A left hook from Benavides. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The round is over, but Benavides is giving him the beating of a lifetime. Giving him the beating of a lifetime, beating him up. If Jay Stradamus told you that he was going to beat him up, he's going to beat him up. Come on, my peoples. What's the deal? You see what's going on out here, but I already told y'all that's what was going to happen. Look at the replay. Yard landing a couple of shots here and there, some good ones. But at the end of the day, the Mexican Monster is doing what the Mexican Monster does. This is exactly what is supposed to happen. Mr. KO, El Monstro. Salute, my brother. I told everybody this is what was going to happen. I said Bam, Abdullah, Dev, and David. I'm giving you 444. What else do you want from me? Whoa, the doctor's going to check him out. He leaking from his nose. He's saying that he all right. The doctor's saying he good to go. They're going to let it continue, my peoples. David Benavides right away walking him down. You see Anthony Yard backing away. Right hand from Anthony Yard. Mr. KO. David was spamming them lefts. Golly, straight right hand from Yard. Benavides with a right hand. Benavides with a right hand. Benavides with a right and a left, while Yard attempted his own right hand. Yard with a right hand to Benavides. Benavides with a right. Yard with a left and a right. Benavides with a left. Well, Yard says, come on. Right hand from Yard. Right and the left from Benavides. Benavides with a right hook to the melon. Left uppercut to the face piece. Straight right hand to the nose piece. Left hook. Right hook to the body from Benavides. Right uppercut to the wig piece. Left and a right. Left and a right from Benavides. Right hand and a left from Benavides. Yard goes down. Benavides stares him down as the referee pulls him away. Yard is leaking. Can he continue? He tells the referee that he's ready to go. 2 minutes to go into round number 7. 2 points deducted from David Benavides. I don't have any audio, my peoples. I don't have any audio. I don't know why those points was deducted from Benavides. Then he hit him. Well, what happened? Jab to the body from Benavides. Ooh, a nasty left hook to the dome piece. Right hook to the body. Yard with a right and a left to the body. Another right and a left to the body from Yard. Catches another left hook from Benavides. Benavides with a jab to the dome piece. Yard retaliates with a 1-2. Right hand from Yard. Left hook to the dome piece from Anthony Yard to Benavides. Another left hook from Yard. Straight right hand to the body. Yard is trying to fight back, but you can see that he's stunned. Right and a left from Yard. Jab to the dome piece from Benavides. Another hard jab. A left hook to the body from Benavidez. Right uppercut, left, right from Benavidez. Those landed all to the face piece. Yard with the right hand. Benavidez with the left. Benavidez with a left and a right and a left and a right. Right hook to the body from Benavidez. Left hook to the body. Right and a left to the dome. Right and a left, right and a left to the dome. Right and a left to the dome. Left dome and a right to the dome piece of yard. He's eating some nasty leather. Right and a left from Benavidez. A left hook from Benavidez. A left hook that was disgusting. And another left hook. The referee had to step in. The fight is over, ladies and gentlemen. The Mexican monster goes to his knees. Pretty sure he's thanking the Lord. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Mexican monster wins by stoppage. And, you know, I'm not going to say, there's no point in telling you that I went 4 for 4 tonight, because you guys already know that. But tomorrow, it is going to be a cooking show. Please make sure you tune in to tomorrow's episode of Boxing for Breakfast. Please. My peoples who said that Brian Norman Jr. was going to knock Devin Haney out, I need to see you. I need to see you tomorrow. The Mexican monster, I said he was going to do it in the 10th. He did it what? In the 7th? He did it faster than I said. But I expected the knockout. Come on. The knockout. John Parham. Smith, you put money on it. I put a little something, but I didn't put a lot of money. But I put a little sunshine. MS, Surdo Ramirez. Next at the cruiserweight. He getting cooked. Oh, nah, Surdo getting cooked. Surdo getting pummeled because he been looking mad slow in his last couple of fights. Slow. You put a slow, heavy foot guy in front of Benavidez, oh, he getting pummeled. Pummeled. Corey B, you called another masterpiece, bro. It's crazy because I'll be able to go back to the video I posted yesterday of me saying how each one of these fights is gonna play out, and then people have to watch them play out exactly like that. Yo, Corey B, I promise you. When Devin Haney hit the canvas, the first thing that a lot of people thought about was me. They were like, oh, shit, man. When Brian Norman Jr. got dropped, people thought about me. They realized what was happening. John Parham. Well, I basically broke even because of Norman. MS. You mean, yeah, that's what I meant to say. I messed up. When Brian Norman Jr. went down, yo, people thought about me. Jay is in as JSmiff. I will get a hold of you tomorrow. Take care. Salute, my brother. Talk to you tomorrow. My peoples, I want to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in to this episode of Fight Night with JSmiff. Yo, I'm glad that you guys decided to watch these fights with me. You know, we watch. What a night of boxing. Let me give you guys a quick recap. Number 1, Abdullah Mason. Yo, he went to war with Sam Noakes. What a fight. What a showdown. And to basically summarize that fight for you, Abdullah Mason showed that he's a true champion. You know why? Because he found himself in a situation where he could not dictate the pace, where he could not control the fight. And you know what happens? The great ones, when they finally run into that opponent that's going to keep coming forward, that's going to keep landing big shots on you, the great ones, they find a way to beat you at your own game. That's why I made the example. Floyd Mayweather, he had to do that with Maidana. Maidana was going to stay in front of him, was going to keep landing big shots, so Floyd Mayweather had to beat him at his fight. Then you can go take a look at Bivol. He had to be better, BF, at his fight because the guy was going to be in front of him. He was going to have to take punishment to win that fight. So Abdullah Mason found that opponent that wasn't going to go away. He found that guy. And he found a way to beat him at his own game. at his own game. Side, stroke the fights already happened, bro. I mean, come on now. What a fight. Again, what a night of action. My peoples, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Salute to everybody. And like I said, man, tomorrow's episode of Boxing for Breakfast is going to be epic. It's going to be a cooking show. And remember to subscribe to Box Center 2.0. We waiting to get to 50 subscribers, my people. The channel's been stuck at 49. Let's get to 50 subscribers so we can start that new show. Start that hotline. People going to be calling in, doing what we got to do, my peoples. JSmiff, another fight down. Till the next one, blessing to the chat at the Prophet JSmiff. They've been calling me the Prophet. They've been calling me Jay Stradamus. But y'all know what it is. Y'all know what I do. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Bam. Peace.